see if he ends to go with it. He does. PaperSak actually not opting for Darkrai like we saw earlier, going for Weavile. All right, here we go. Round number 1 starting off Fumu, PaperSak, Decidueye versus Weavile. It'll be really interesting to see. So I know Fumu was talking about a lot of the combos were, some of the Decidueye combos are a little bit more character specific based on height. So we'll see if he's been practicing those on a small character like Weavile, and actually opposite, soar over the top of the snowballs and brings it in, brings it into dual phase from the dive bomb. Trying for the acrobatics mix up and is not hitting it. Weavile able to go underneath it with the schwa. So there's that counterattack that hits so high. And then the invulnerable frames with the Night Slash going in favor of PaperSak. Dragonite coming out, Fumu being patient. He's going to take a little bit of chip, but not as near as bad as it could have been. PaperSak able to go over the Emolga. Dan able to snipe out and then gets the damage. Hello damage. Fumu able to get the sucker punch there for the phase change. And because there were attack frames out, did do a lot of damage. PaperSak not able to get across the field actually to punish when Fumu in the ice. Very lucky break for him, but this isn't so lucky. He's going to get hit by the burst attack. And this should be enough damage. Maybe not. Nope, we're living 17. But only 13 seconds remaining. Fumu trying to go for the dive bomb. It's about his most highest damaging option, so I like it. He needed something to come back in that round, and he needed it quick. So I'd like to go in for the YOLO dive bomb just to see if he could pick anything up. We're in round number 2. PaperSak able to agility around the arrows, and Fumu does not want to be in the corner and bursts his way out. Bursting with him, going with a Molga, and trying to go for the chip setup with the Magnemites. PaperSak not falling for it, just keeps the Fallen Shield. Dragonite coming in. And Fumu able to actually just avoid a lot of the smaller meteors with the fly stance and then back stance out of the big one. Great awareness there from him. The Paper actually trying to get a conversion here, is not able to get it. We're able to hit one out of the Raise Relief. Fumu going for the grabs PaperSak out of the Synergy Burst and locks her out of support. Not a big deal with the support because Dragonite still needs a charge, but Fumu getting hit with the ice stops him in place for a second. Paper able to get a nice slash. Soaring in there with the forward Y. Trying for the sucker punch, not able to land. PaperSak doing a good job. Notices that there's only 12 seconds on the clock and trying to run away a little bit, make Fumu approach. Gets hit, and this is going to be big damage with the wall. Can he convert? Not fully. Gets a lot of damage, but yep, good awareness there by Paper. Knowing that about the only thing that would lose her around is if she got grabbed and went for the 8X. Alright, round number 2 here, Fumu versus Paper. Are we going to see a change? Are we going back to the character select screen? So are we seeing a support change? Are we seeing a character change? We do. We see the other bird, the fire bird, coming out. So Fumu switching over to Blaziken, a little bit more comfortable with the matchup. Of course, his original main, so going back to something that he knows. See, I like it. See, the Decidueye wasn't doing too bad, but it's just, if you're more comfortable with this matchup, you definitely want to bring it out in bracket. See, Paper opting to go for a longer field phase, and then Fumu trying to go in with a fully charged homing attack. The Paper goes right through it with the Night Slash. Going for the charge, the full Weavile pressure. Dan using the EX version and hits her out of the air, then gets a full wall combo here off the overheat. Overheat or Heat Wave? I think it's Heat Wave. Counterattack coming out there from Fumu. Has his burst. He's going to use it. Actually shimmies a little bit and goes for the grab at the end of the round. See, I like the switch here by Fumu. Feeling a lot more comfortable in the matchup. Feeling more comfortable in the character. Knows that his tournament life is on the line, so he decided to bring it out. I like it. We got a burst off here. Both characters bursting. Fumu trying to run around the Dragonite. I like it. He avoided a lot of chip. See, her Paper doing a really good job of just waiting out her burst. She knows she's going to get her burst if she needs it back a lot quicker than Fumu will. And say both and does not want to take the full synergy attack and give Fumu the speed buff. Double slide going in. And then the dive kick, not even enhanced dive kick, just a regular one. And up on the wall for a ton of damage. Well, the EV, see Fumu having the EV support, so he is did a ton of damage with that confirmation. Tatsu to get rid of the ice. See, Fumu does not need to approach. See, he would like to get the health back from switching to dual phase, but he ends up closing it out with a blaze kick. So now are we going to see a switch from Paper? Is she going to go Darkrai or switch to ports, or we'll find out here. So we are going to see a switch. Darkrai versus Blaziken. So this might be a play for Paper, hoping that Fumu doesn't know this matchup as well as the Weavile matchup. So of course, Fumu being very knowledgeable in the Weavile matchup against Blaziken, or with Blaziken, but maybe not as much as Darkrai with it being a DX character and him focusing on Decidueye. So I really like the switch over, but we'll see how it works out. This is a matchup I'm not very familiar with it. Also, I'm liking to see it. See it. Counterattack off. Fumu able to win it. Actually delayed the jump, the high jump kick with, delayed the high jump kick and was able to connect there. I really like that. Really mixing up the timing. And see, this is great by Fumu, doing a really good job of staying in Paper's face, not letting Darkrai set up any traps, do anything. But Paper finally gets an opportunity to punish and sends him away. Now is she going to capitalize here on field? Fumu needs to get in. Gets hit by the hands, not a ton of damage, but doesn't get him in at all. Calling out Safety Frog. Try to get him in, and it does get him in. But Paper able to win with the CA still. And we're going to see a burst here from Fumu. I like it. Trying to close out his round. Spends the EX. And it is a Blaze Kick. It's going to win. Alright, so Fumu's sitting on match point here. See if he's going to be able to close it out. Darkrai, a very dominating last round. The Paper starting it off this round by going immediately into Nightmare Mode. This is where a lot of damage from Darkrai is going to be coming out. So we'll see what we can have. See, Fumu misspacing the high jump kick. Actually goes back and tries for the CADC, but Paper not able to get in. Fumu able to confirm with the Sky Uppercut, get the phase shift, get Paper out of Nightmare Mode. Frog coming out, gets eaten up by all the projectiles of Darkrai. Fumu trying to get in with the Tatsu. And Paper able to punish with the burst, and this will be the round. So round number 3, game number 3 here. See what we can do. Fumu sitting on a large amount of burst, so we could see a actually it's actually full now. So we could see a very early burst and try just to really aggressively take the round. See, if Paper were to go Nightmare Mode anytime soon, I would have done burst, but Fumu ahead of me, goes for it. Paper trying to CA backwards. Fumu churning up the pressure. Paper doing a good job of sitting back, but knew her shield was red and had to get out of there. Had to do a jump in or something. Just an overwhelming offense coming up from Fumu. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Needs one more confirmation. Pulls out Safety Frog. Is this going to do it? Gets it. So Safety Frog able to pin Darkrai up against the wall, and then a regular Blaze Kick to finish it out. Great stuff there by Fumu. The switch to Firebird is working out.